6 years ago, I made that infamous Google search we've all made. No, not the one you're thinking. Get your head out of the gutter. I looked up how to make money online. The first couple things I stumbled into were things like eBay dropshipping and affiliate marketing. And there's just a ton of side hustle opportunities out there on the internet that you see. And so thinking I was about to get rich off of dropshipping on eBay, I tried it for about 4 months actually, ran the numbers after 4 months, and I had made literally less than $100 in profit, working a couple hours a day for months. For you watching, I know that's the case with a lot of different side hustle ideas you've tried in the past. And that was me too, until I decided I should start selling products on Amazon. In the past 5 years, I've sold over $6 million on Amazon, but I want to see if it's still viable for you starting in 2025. To do that, I'm going to challenge myself to find as much profit as possible within 20 minutes. I'm going to show you my entire thought process, and the easiest way to do that on Amazon is by buying things that already sell and already have an existing audience that buys it. For example, this item that's on sale at Kohl's today, you can buy this for $10.75, and then you can sell this exact same product on Amazon right now for $21.50, and any of you could take advantage of an opportunity like this. After the 20 minutes, we'll see how much total profit we're able to find, and then I'm going to take it a step further and show you how to actually make sales on these profitable products, not just show you the idea of selling those items. We're going to walk through the whole process of actually making the sale. We got a challenge to complete here. Let's go ahead and dive in and start sourcing some profitable products. So the way I find all of my profitable items is with this tool called SellerAmp. So it's about 20 bucks a month. You need a little bit of money to start your Amazon business in terms of tools and inventory. If you have like $1,000 or more, that's a pretty good starting point. I had 1,500 bucks when I got started, and what we can do is we can jump into the ideas that these other Amazon sellers already have, and we can see what profitable products they've already sourced just based on the fact that we know they're buying stuff from Kohl's. There's probably going to be some other stuff that this person is selling that we can also buy from Kohl's or any other profitable website all across the internet, right? I'm also going to be specifically limiting myself to brands that new sellers can get approved to sell, or at least apply to get ungated. Basically just the process of showing Amazon, hey, I bought some of these products from a legitimate retailer, submit that to Amazon, and you're able to get approved. So in this case, let's just start jumping in and finding some profitable items. So like the reason I use SellerAmp is it tells me a bunch of the important data about the product before I need to like actually click through and start making decisions. So like in this case, I know I'm not buying this like fancy Crest toothpaste kit for $2. And basically this is saying, hey, you need to buy this for $2 to be profitable after all your fees and all that good stuff. So the first thing I see that might somewhat profitable, I see these two like nail glues here. So I definitely want to hit the Google button on those. And that's just going to grab that title and search it on Google for me. So in this case, I can see, yeah, so these are from Sally Beauty right now. These are actually $5 each on a little bit of a sale. And I can see there is a bundle with like a little nail file, and there's also the version without the nail files. Option A, we can just sell them one at a time here. And right now it seems like one at a time they're selling for 12 bucks. So you can see only $1.33 profit. That's not super interesting to me. But this on the other hand, let's see, it is $5.42. So we're buying them $5 each. And let's see if we can find that nail file, see if it's being sold from the same spot. And this could be like a really smart thing that these sellers are doing, because it makes it a little bit harder to see that same exact product. And this is also interesting. So we can use this to get another 15% off, punching in our email. And then you can basically use this as many times as you want. I've showed this before. So just real quick, if you have never seen this, say your email is mark@gmail.com, just add a plus and then whatever you want. And then it will send to whatever's before the plus, but the website is going to think that this is a brand new email address. So we can actually get 15% off on these, which might actually help us a lot, because I can see those are 33 bucks for 48 of them. So 48 divided by 33. So we need to do 33 divided by 48 right here. These are actually about 69 cents per unit. And then we can also get 15% off on these. So just going to subtract that 15% right there. So we're buying these for 59 cents each. And sometimes we are allowed to use those coupons on stuff like this. Let's see, online only. So typically this will say exclusions, so we can't use a coupon code, but we're probably gonna be able to use the coupon on both. In this case, if the coupon only works on the nail files, it's like just short of $3 profit per unit, but it sells really well and the ROI is really good. So I kind of like this. And then I'm also fairly sure we'll be able to use that 15% off code on everything. That's really going to be about $4.84 per unit. So that right there is a profitable product. Just for the sake of example, we'll go ahead and call these that $2.80 profit per unit. These sell 700 times a month. And it seems based on the current price, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 competitive sellers based on being FBA and being $14, which is where the buy box is right now. You can see this seller right here, this Dreamify, is the one winning the buy box. They have the little bold over their name down here. So we'd probably be competitor 6 or 7. Again, to be conservative, let's say we sell 100 of these every month at $2.80 profit per unit. That basically just adds our zeros there. So that's about 280 bucks in profit selling those right there. And before you ask, that is including all of the fees, and sales tax is already included in my SellerAmp calculations. And shipping right here is about 60 cents per pound to Amazon. So this would be really light. Yeah, it's literally 1 ounce. So this is definitely going to be something to check out here. So that that is a good profitable product right off the bat. And let's keep going on here and see how much profit we can find in that 20-minute stretch here. Again, I'm typically going to be skipping things where I'm not buying this for 43 cents, that kind of thing. Is this a different listing for that same idea we already found? That would be nice, because then we can just use the same products again. I think, is it like a different like grit or something? Yeah, 180 to 100. I assume we can probably get the same nail files and use them over here. I actually, are those just flipped over? 100 grit. I'm not exactly an expert on like doing my nails and stuff like that, but let's see, 100 grit. If this is good, we could be making some money here. Maybe, so the difference here could be that the 180 has this little bulk pack, and then I'm not seeing the bulk pack for the black ones right here, this 100, but we can still buy this for $1 a unit, and it is the same nail glue, so that's $6 a unit. Sells 300 times a month. We make $330 profit per unit. And let's also check how much competition we have. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, we can call that 4 competitive sellers, or actually 5 competitive sellers that are FBA. And typically, to be honest, I don't even look at competitive sellers. I just buy what I expect to be a month's worth of stock. So in this case, for example, I'd probably buy like 100 units personally, just because I find that a lot of other Amazon sellers aren't really that good at staying in stock, and so I tend to make more sales the better I am at staying in stock. But just for the running totals and stuff, I want to make sure it's as fair as possible, so we'll consider the competition. So in this case, we would be seller number 6 that's sharing sales here, and that means we would get 50 sales per month on this, so we can just round down and add another $150 in a profit to the running total we got here. And let's keep chugging on. So here's like some Old Spice deodorant. I doubt those are going to be like $3 a stick. Yeah, those are like $9 a stick. That's crazy. That stuff's getting expensive. Let's see. So again, I'm just quickly skimming through a lot of these products and seeing what they have available, especially if the max cost is a little bit higher. So like this, maybe I can get that for $8.50. I'm obviously skipping stuff like this where there's no way I'm buying that for a negative penny, because a lot of these items, if the max cost is really low, probably just no one's making profit on them anymore. And at this point, when you get like this deep into, I've looked at a lot of their beauty stuff. We can also check out some of the other categories, which, why don't we just take a look at this real quick, because grocery can always be really solid for beginners. There's no returns on grocery products, so you don't have any kind of extra expenses incurred. Let's see. So a lot of these are negative max cost. This one, if we can buy for $4.33, we're profitable. And this one is actually close. There's a 4-pack from Walmart. We can do the math on that. Or actually, here's Herbs Pro. Those are at $4.19. I believe that's what we needed to buy those for. So let's check this out. Oh, this is actually a 3-pack. Yeah, so a 3-pack right there. So that's not going to be profitable. If it was 1, it would be. But yeah, in this case, whenever you find one profitable product, you've basically found as many profitable products as you want, because we can just jump in and start looking at the other product ideas that these sellers have. So let's go ahead and keep taking a look at some of these sellers here. And yeah, so like this seller, for example, they have 292 ratings and exactly 292 products. That's funny. It seems like they're mostly focused on the beauty category, and that's what I've been looking at so far. So yeah, we can just kind of keep the train rolling there with that. So here's like a lotion of some kind, and if we can get this lotion for $58, we're actually profitable, which surely we can get that for $58 somewhere, right? So maybe here, maybe from Target, maybe that's the brand's website themselves. And I'm opening all of them just to see if we can get a coupon on any of these different websites. A lot of times you want to check multiple places to make sure you're paying the lowest price possible. So let's say like Lotion Tonic or whatever they're calling it there. From their website, it is $62. I want to close that out right there. Let's see. So you can usually check. This is just called Capital One Shopping. It's like a free Chrome extension. So what I'm going to do in this case is just go ahead and check the coupons. And I'm actually noticing that's 100 milliliters and this is $2.50. So we want to keep going here. This is interesting though. It seems like it's on clearance at Target, maybe. Lotion Tonic or whatever they're calling it. Floral toning lotion. Colors are a little different, but I think it's just the camera that was used for these. Alcohol free, floral, just making sure everything looks the same. Yeah, alcohol free. I see it on the image right there. Yeah, so these look exactly the same to me. And this is probably just like a clearance item. Yeah, so sold directly by Target. Yeah, perfect. So in this case, yeah, I do see these are selling for $50. I also want to check the Walmart listing. Let's see. So this one is profitable, but it's sold by a third-party seller, so we'd want to avoid that. And this is $65 from here. If there's a coupon code or anything like that. Actually, it says we might be able to get a 35% off coupon code up here. I would be surprised if one of these works for actually that much of a discount, but that would definitely be cheaper. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add just like 9 here, just in case any of these coupons have a minimum dollar value. Sometimes that's how these work. And then I'm just going to press this try codes button. Sweet. So in this case, it seems like it did. The claims that applied the coupon after coupon our price. It says 37% off the order. Let's see. Let's add more of them again. After coupon 9 for $58.92. That actually sounds profitable. Let's see. 58. Yeah, let's go in here. These are 58. Okay, cool. So let's go back over to our listing here. So 58300 divided by 9. Yeah, I'm doing bad mental math or something like that. That coupon's not actually working, which means that this Target listing is our best option, but we can actually buy those for $50 each. Sells 50 times a month. How much competition do we have? Probably 4 sellers colors right here that are $100 or less. So let's just, again, we'll be conservative, round down. That is $270 in profit. And just in case price changes or anything like that, let's just call it 250 and let's keep it going. So yeah, we're doing really well on the profit challenge today. Let's see what else we can find. So this is like a contour duo of some kind, something like that. Again, I have no idea about makeup and all that kind of stuff, obviously, but if the data looks good, then I'll go ahead and buy it. In this case, let's see. I did see there was like a 15% off coupon popping up when we searched it originally as well. So 30 times 0.85 because we can get a coupon. So this is like barely short of that ideal ROI that I like to look for. And I can also see if you look at the past sales, a lot of these sales are actually like 48. Right now, it's 0.3% below the ideal ROI I like to look for. So yeah, if we have this color, the Film Star Bronze and Duo, are these the same size though? I see this is called like the Mini Film Star. I just don't want customers to be unhappy with what they're getting, basically. I see that. That actually does look exactly like the listing we have though. I'm just showing them one at a time. So $29. Yeah, so this does actually look pretty similar to me. I would personally take the shot on this because right now the price is $45. I'm gonna go ahead and factor our profit at that, which in this case I can see we have a fair amount of competition. So if we want to keep doing our math like this, we would be the 7th competitive seller. And again, on these, I'm just looking at people that are basically the same price as the current sale price, which is down to 6. So we'd be competitive seller number 7. So let's say we sell 8 of these every month. Again, I would buy more than that because people are bad at staying in stock and keeping their prices reasonable and that kind of thing. But just for the running total, let's round down to another $50 in profit and keep it going. Let's see. So here's some like foundation, some kind of conditioner, something like that. Let's see. So we can buy this for $20. We are profitable on these foundation, which in this case we might be. Could be another good find here. Let's see. So 150. So we need to buy these for $16, and I saw our source price is going to be like 20 on these. I doubt we're gonna be able to use a coupon because they're already like half price. Discount can be combined with other offers. Yeah. So like when we were looking at the other thing where it didn't specify that you can't combine it, this one definitely does. So we're not gonna be able to get 15% off as well as a sale. What I can do is use the second tool, SellerIp, and keep it. That's all you need for product research. I use this to look at the different basically selling options. So in this case, like we're looking at the shade 150, but the shade that's called like 185 right here, this one actually sells for a little bit more. So on things with variations with different versions, I always just see if there's a more expensive version that sells for a profitable price point. In this case, we need it for $18. There's a chance we can do that by creating some extra margin using gift cards. In this case, I don't actually think Fenty sells gift cards, so we're not gonna be able to create any extra profit with that. Where that would come into play is something like Sally Beauty. If I go to Card Bear, I can search Sally Beauty and then I can see the discounted gift cards that this website sells. So this could actually increase our profit at Sally Beauty, but I'm pretty sure they only do physical gift cards. So that's why I don't want to include those. I'm not waiting for gift cards to come to me in the mail. A lot of websites, like just like an easy example, Target will have a bunch of online gift cards that then get emailed to you when you buy. So I buy a lot of mine from GCX, and you can see if I go to GCX, I'm able to buy, just as an example, like a $500 gift card for $498. In this case, I don't mess with buying a gift card to save literally $1.50, but a lot of times you'll see 5, 10, I've even seen up to like 25% discounts buying discounted gift cards. And a lot of times that's just because people were given a gift card and they wanted to sell it, that kind of thing. Or there's also entire people's businesses that's just selling gift cards and stuff. Yeah, so a little quick explainer there. Let's keep on going though, because I can see this is available from JCPenney for $11.70. We need to buy it for $9.70. So let's see if the discounted gift cards would be a good option here. In this case, I can see we can actually get 10% from several sources. I don't think that's going to be good enough. Just doing rough mental math, $11.70 minus 10% is going to be somewhere around $10. And I think we need this for, yeah, we need this for 8 or 9. $11.70 times 0.90 because we're getting 10% off. So yeah, basically just makes it break even product. And problem number 2 with this item is that the brand themselves sells on this item a lot, which if you're a brand owner on Amazon, you're allowed to kick off resellers on your product. And that's not uncommon, especially when the brand already sells those products. So you want to stick to things that third-party sellers have been having success on for a while, and it's not going to change basically. But let's see what else we can find here. Pack of 1 on the Glow foundation of some kind. I worry that customers would get confused and think they're getting 2, but it does say pack of 1 in the title. Let's see how good the profit is, just because we might have some returns. And I'm also seeing a lot of these from some random websites here. I do see this is directly from this. In this case, this is directly from their website, it would seem like. And let's see what colors. So in this case, yeah, these are going for $18. And then over here, this actually is profitable. Let's see. The beige is out of stock, but then I do see over on this website that the beige is in stock. I'm just worried it's called like a refill only. Yeah, I'm just a little worried that people might not be getting what they are asking for here. Maybe I'm passing up some profit there, but I just want to make sure that the customers are always happy. Let's keep going though. So this is like some lashes or something like that. And if we can get this for 26, we're profitable. And it does seem like that is going to be the case. Yeah, we can get 15% off with a coupon that's popping up there. And then we are selling these, let's see, Legendary Volume 2 Black Vinyl. So yeah, Black Legendary Brows. So this is actually brows versus lashes. So let's make sure we have the right thing. Legendary lashes. Okay, so the lashes are actually like $32, it seems like. Let's see. It's also out of stock on their website. So yeah, that's the difference there. That's not a good item. We always got to be careful, make sure you're buying the same thing, of course. The Cover FX. This is like some kind of makeup, and the nice part is it's kind of like an off-brand of sorts. It should be pretty easy to get approved, sell, that kind of thing. Let's see. So these we can buy them for $11.60 each. I see some popping up at TJ Maxx for $7, but I'm also not seeing them like literally anywhere else. It's just funny. I've never, even after selling a good amount of makeup specifically, I've never come across these too often. Okay, here. So they're $10 on the brand's website. Are those profitable? But yeah, so I would much rather buy directly from the brand's website in this case. So in this case, like the 10 is profitable, 10 M5. Sweet. And then I also see we're coming up on our 20-minute time limit here. So pretty good timing for this to be our last item. And then I'll show you how to actually get these items sold and shipped out and all that good stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so right there, that's profitable, buying for 10. And the thing to think about is these sales are split between all the variations on this listing. But typically when I see a decent amount of sales split between all the variations, I usually buy like 10 to 20. Again, I'm just going to round down and say we'll buy 10 of each different shade. So in this case, that's another $50 in profit that we can add here. And then I do actually see a good amount of these that are more expensive. I do see flat price lines though. So usually flat price lines tells me that the brand might be selling it. Yeah, in this case, they are. Basically, the reason for that is if you're the brand owner, you're typically able to just win a little bit more sales. And like I said, you can also kick people off. So as I'm looking through this item, I'm looking just specifically at the ones where the price is moving around a lot. And this one right here, the price is moving around a lot as well. Let's see. We can pick up some of these. I see lots of third-party sellers on here. And yeah, another $350 in profit per unit. So we can add $35 in profit to the running total. And that is our 20-minute challenge. I've lost track of how much profit, but you guys can see it right over here. Now that we've got some of the specific examples of profitable products, that takes you to the last software you need as a beginner Amazon seller, which is Boxum. This is basically how you track all of your profit and sales and make shipments and the whole back end of your business. I just kind of make it as fast as possible so you're not relying on crazy Google Sheets and that kind of stuff. But in this case, if we want to go in and start selling some of these products that we have already found, you just go ahead and grab, in this example, I'm going to grab the ASIN from the listing. So here's this product we found profitably. Grab the ASIN from SellerAmp up there, and then you can paste it and add this item to your inventory. Basically, you can go ahead and enter in what you paid for it, where you got it. So in this case, we bought it directly from Cover FX. And then in this case, it's a beauty product, so we need an expiration date as well, which obviously you'll buy it and have the product in hand. And then I like to set my products prices a little bit higher and then lower them after the fact. So once you get that listing created, you'll be able to submit that. And then as you have those submitted listings, you'll be able to ship them into Amazon FBA. So you just go to shipments and then create a shipment. As you go through the process of making a shipment, basically you're going to ship these all off to Amazon all at once. And then as the customers buy it, they're going to ship it to Amazon for you. But there's some kind of special qualifications for how we have to send those products into Amazon. So if you plug in a product that you already listed on Amazon, so here's a toy I sourced the other day, you go ahead and punch in how much you want to send to Amazon, go ahead and set the price you want it listed at. You can also have, if you see on the prep owner or label owner, you can pay Amazon to do some of the prep work for you. Basically through the process, we have to put a barcode label on every product that we send into Amazon. But just for this example, I'm going to use one product. We'll go ahead and submit that to Amazon. And then once you get to this step of the process, you just go ahead and print out those little barcode labels that you need to send to Amazon. And I do have videos showing you in great detail all the supplies you need, how to do this much more granular step by step. I just want to show you a quick bird's eye version of how you make a shipment here, but you'll just drag that item into the box there. Make sure it's FNSKU labeled. Make sure that all the prep instructions that these products are requiring are taken care of. Sometimes it'll need a poly bag, maybe some bubble wrap, that kind of thing. But you just throw it all into the boxes, continue, and then submit that to Amazon. If you've made it this far, please let me know if you have any comments, questions, anything like that. Always happy to chat with you guys down below. If you want to help out for free, you can hit the like and subscribe button. I know it sounds cheesy and YouTubery, but help me hit my goal of having a 100K YouTube plaque. And if you're serious about getting started on Amazon, make sure you get 2-week free trials of SellerAmp and Boxum down below as well. Now that you understand how to source products, if you want to see the shipment creation process in full detail and see how to save as much money as possible, click this video right here.